I used color and value with the acrylic paint, texture with stamps and leaves, and space and shape with the arrangement of the tiles. I made the tiles so that they kind of fit into each other. The filled up space around the speed triple also contrasts with the big mirror and creates balance. I also like how I put emphasis on the heart in the middle because it makes the space feel less empty and brings together the mirror and the tiles. I think how I made the shape of the tiles here similar to the arc of the circle helps direct people's attention to the speed bubble. I think that the use of space and shape with the elements of design emphasis and balance is the most successful. When I saw that mirrors would be a part of the project, I first thought about how mirrors represent self-consciousness and self-awareness. Then I thought about how now too many people look to others to find confirmation in things they do. Sometimes we lose our own judgment and take on someone else's opinions instead. That's what I decided to do my project on. The mirror speed bubble with the heart represents how we should listen to ourselves and whether we like something, and that only our opinion matters. All the tiles around it are things that people commonly share with others for confirmation. Some examples are our appearance, our mood that day, our hobbies, and more. For this tile where I stamped a gear in the clay, when I press the gear down it displaced a lot of clay and changed the shape of the previous gears I stamped. So I came up with a solution to arrange all the gears and press them down at the same time. What I enjoyed the most about the process was painting the tiles. For the leaf tile, the imprint wasn't very deep, so it was hard to make the pattern obvious. To overcome the challenge, I first painted the entire block one color, and then I put paint down on a piece of paper and then stamped the entire block. This way, the creases of the leaf would still be the initial color. One thing I would change is use a bigger, less sophisticated gear next time because I think that the clay wasn't able to show all the details for this small gear. I learned that it's very important to research a media that you'll be working with. Then you would know that it's easier to work with this clay if you keep it moisturized. When I was stamping the gears, if I didn't keep the clay moist, there would be small cracks in the tile. For future art project, I will also do some more experimenting with different tools and learn a few more different techniques first. I would benefit the most from this with making the coils and the subtractive pieces. Since my clay project has a lot of tiles and will use up almost all of the clay, planning was extremely important because I didn't have any clay to waste. When you start working on the tiles, you'll have to be very fast and decisive or the clay will dry. For most of my tiles, I use stamping. I use one of my hair clips, an iconic 4-leaf clover bracelet, lace, a leaf from my poor plant, a ring, an airplane paper clip, a stamp, and a few gears. For additives, I cut a flower shape and put it on a clay slab. I used coils to make the rainbows and the circle. For subtractives, I attempted a honeycomb structure, but with a portion of the slab here, they look more like squares. To do the subtractive, I used a soldering tool I found along with a knife. It was a metal wire in a loop, and I usually use it to remove the excess soldering and electronics. I chose a warm color scheme because I wanted to symbolize how people usually show their happy side to people around them. Not a lot of people tell others when they're having a bad day, so that's why there aren't any cold colors on the outside of the tiles. Just for fun, I painted the back side of my tiles blue, a cold color, but that's not a part of my project.